Hey, and hello everybody out there, and welcome to our 30th anniversary of the Muppet Treasure Island movie extravaganza live stream. I am here today with my good friends James Thorpe and Tessa Markle of the Geekscape Network, and we're going to be talking about the 30th anniversary of Muppet Treasure Island. I'm super stoked about this. Did you guys watch this very recently?
Very recently.
Yeah. I mean, this is something I think I watch at least once a year, every year. Like, I love it. I could watch it a million times.
I just rewatched it again last night because it's been a couple of years since I saw it. I think probably right after Disney Plus went up, I was like, I'm gonna go rewatch all the Muppet movies. And I think that was the last time I watched it. But I distinctly remember sitting in the theater at let's see, it was probably at the mall because I think that the other place had closed by then. But I remember
Oh,
like sitting in the middle of the theater watching it when it came out 30 years ago. And
Oh, that's so cool. So I'm quickly trying to convert these photos that I took and whatnot. But Eric Connor actually gave me tickets to one of the anniversary showings, and I forgot that I have not only a couple of photos of Brian Henson talking, but also I have a little video with a really special soundbite that I'm trying to upload. But it was the first time I saw it in theaters with an audience around me. I'd only seen it on
oh,
VHS. I had only seen it on DVDs. Streaming on Disney Plus right now. Everybody. Uh, um, but oh, it's such a wild experience with everybody around, like laughing at all the jokes and like singing along to some of the songs.
mhm.
yeah.
I think stuff like this and comedy in general, but especially like the Muppets because it's so wholesome, right? Like Muppets are for everybody. And in fact, like originally it's not that they weren't for kids, but like kids weren't the target audience with the Muppets. It was
Right.
families, but it was also adults.
Yeah.
Um, and now let's be honest, the biggest Muppets fans are adults at this point because Disney fumbled the ball so badly with them. But I'm thinking that it's coming back. I think it's all because everything's secular and the Muppets are eternal. But like
Yeah.
I just saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie
Oh,
in a pretty like it wasn't packed, but a pretty well attended theater. My God, it's been so long since I saw a comedy in a movie theater with people in it. It was incredible because everybody was coasting off of everybody's energy, and like I gotta look for like repertory theaters showing Muppet movies. I miss that so much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, especially if there's, like, anything live. We had it out at the Egyptian, which was really cool,
Awesome.
and I'd never been to the Egyptian either, and they were selling a bunch of, cool merch and actual props from the show, which was really awesome.
that's really
Yeah.
Awesome.
cool.
But Tessa, you recently watched it with the commentary on. You were telling us before the show. What was that
Yeah.
experience like? Yeah.
It was really fun. So it's Brian Henson, which if you're listening and you don't know, he's the director, and Gonzo and Rizzo. It's the three of them the whole time. And it's really fun because you get a lot of like little sneak peeks into, how they did stuff. Like technically, you got a lot of funny stories about moments. And then there's these little like cutaways where it'll be kind of a separate little thing that's either like a clip of them like BTS or like a little kind of talking head interview. Like there's a few with Tim Curry. And so it's really fun. You kind of get to see how it all comes together and hear all the fun, zany stories. And I mean, like, as an actor, it's like my biggest dream to ever work with the Muppets. I think that would be amazing. And to just like see how difficult it is, but also how fun. Like, one of the things they were saying was like, Tim Curry was so perfect for the role because he's such a like upstager. He's so dramatic and like so full of energy all the time that he was just like the Muppet actors because those actors are not respectful to each other. Those are Brian's words. We do not have respect for each other. We just always want to be upstaging. So really
That's
fun.
that's such an interesting thing that you just said, Tessa. That I saw something because every Christmas they you roll out a series of tweets or posts about Michael Caine and Muppet Christmas Carol.
which
Yeah.
is a classic. It's a
It's an
classic
absolute
story.
classic.
Everybody's like, he deserves an Oscar, and he does.
I
But
mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
but Tim Curry, for
Well,
real
that's
though.
and so it's Michael Caine is so good in it because he treats all of the Muppets just as like any other actor he's ever worked with, right? Like they all have the same, respect and attention. And so like he's putting in like a 10-10 dramatic role. And it's incredible because especially Christmas with almost all puppets, right? Tim Curry is a man who is more of a Muppet than a man in this one. He is just like a flesh Muppet
Yeah.
and then anything because he's going as big, if not bigger, than the other than the rest of them.
It's true. It's true.
So
Do
good.
you guys have any favorite Muppets from this movie as opposed to other? I love Fozzie Bear in this movie, and he's
Fozzie's
insane.
ensemble in this one. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know where they got the idea of the man inside the finger, but
Yeah. Apparently, that was something that originally Frank Oz hated. He's like, "This is such a stupid joke. I don't get it."
Mm.
And by the end of filming, he's like, "This is one of the best running gags throughout this entire thing."
Yeah. I realized also, like, watching this commentary, Frank Oz probably would have been a really entertaining person to work with because he seems like he's almost kind of the curmudgeon of the group. Like, he's not the grumpiest guy, but he has a lot of like the shtick that he doesn't enjoy. And then in the end, it ends up winning him over because another thing that I guess he hated was whenever they had to do Swedish Chef, because it would be him and another puppeteer where, one was the like face and one was the arms. So they did that also for Blind Pew in this movie. And yeah, he was like, I hate this. It's such a pain in the ass. But of course, like, it turns out so funny that he can't help but be won over.
Yeah, it's such a hit because I think that was it was him and Jim originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Muppets
Dungeons Dragons would be a great Muppet movie.
I like that a lot.
Wow. Okay.
Solid comment from Jimbo. But yeah, I finally did get the clip, but this was Brian Henson talking on stage after we all watched the movie. And it was really cool to watch him watch the movie because he was just as giddy as if it were just released. But this is a really cool clip that I took of their conversation.
And Polly is telling Clueless to give Long John Silver the spot. So in my first test reading, so Polly says, Clueless, give it to him. And Clueless looks at Long John and says to him, but I'm not even attracted to it. He said, no, give him the spot, idiot. So we're in this test screening, and Clueless says, but I'm not even attracted to him. And my mother, who's sitting about 10 feet from me and about 5 feet from Jeffrey Katzenberg, goes, no, you can't do that. So, needless to say, we changed that line.
So yeah, they were talking. One of the audience members asked them if they had changed anything through testing and whatnot, and that was the story he told. He was like, "Yeah, there was one line because my mom got upset."
But that's kind of the beauty of the Muppets, and not just in this movie, but like in general. I feel like it's like made for adults, but it's kid friendly because the adult jokes are still there, but they go over kids' heads. So like you can enjoy it at any age. Like when I first watched this, it had to have been shortly after it came out because I know that I was pretty little, and I rented it. And then anytime my parents would let me go rent a movie, I always wanted to rent that again. I was like, sure, maybe we can rent something new also, but like I need to rent that every single weekend. So
that was a classic in our house until we like begged to get the VHS. Yeah. Was there ever like a joke or anything that like flew over your head that you can remember from this movie?
Oh man.
The
That's a
problem
really good question.
it would be different if there was a bigger gap between me watching it as a kid and then watching it as
An adult?
because I'm sure that when I was, when I rewatched it when I was like 16 or 17, I'm like, oh. And then I watched it, when I was 23 and I'm like, Oh.
Um, James, do you mind telling us perhaps the story of this
But
interaction?
Tim Curry's Muppet. You see, what I can't do it.
Here you try to do a Tim Curry
I got
impression.
a very, very limited shelf life of my bad Tim Curry impression. So apparently, the Tim Curry Muppet was given to him at the end of the shoot as a wrap gift by
No way.
the Henson Company, by Henson Studios, and he said that it was the greatest gift that he ever received.
Oh.
And I believe it because I think everybody's dream is to have their own Muppet, right?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm suited to play Sweetums just because of my height, and Sweetums is my favorite character, especially in this movie when he
Sweetums is
just
great in
turns.
this. Yeah, Sweetums is great in this.
He's like, "Oh, I love you guys."
Apparently too, and I don't know if it was the same person throughout the entire movie, but at least in the like pirate song when they all have Jim and they have that song on the beach, Sweetums is played by Brian's brother. So I don't know what the other Henson brother name is, but he was in Sweetums at that
I
point.
think it's John. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
think it might be John.
Okay.
But because if memory serves, Sweetums was Brian's character for so long.
Oh, okay.
Was
Okay.
it really?
I believe that at least at one point, I think Brian was playing Sweetums for some of the earlier movies while Jim was directing it. Jim and Frank
Oh.
were directing it. Yeah. So,
So interesting.
to go back to your question about like who your favorite Muppet is for this,
Mhm.
Sam Eagle.
Oh,
It's gotta be
yeah.
Sam Eagle because this is his like first like meaty role in any of the movies. Usually he's just
Mhm.
in one or two scenes and he's like maybe background and stuff like that. But he actually plays a character and he's integral to this one too.
Yeah, that's very true. I think mine would have to be Polly, Clueless, and I forget the third one's name, but
Oh, yeah.
they're just so fun.
The three goons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite
Polly-
moment, I think, with them too is right after Cabin Fever when like everybody else on the ship, it's like nothing ever happened. And then Clueless is down there like, what was that song? Cabin Fever.
Such a good impression, by the way. That was really well done.
Perfect.
I am kind of bummed we never got to see that character again, that goat character again.
Yeah.
a lot of those things apparently like they're like all stored away somewhere, in the new Muppet space, which I believe is on the Fox lot now.
Mm.
Is that what it is? Okay,
I think
yeah.
so, because unfortunately they sold the Muppet Studio, which is an absolute
It's a
shame.
shame.
It's
And I
kinda
used to
is a
drive
shame.
by it all the time down off of it's like between Sunset and Hollywood, I think.
Yeah.
And they always had that, those high pitched like make the kids not stick around too long security things.
Is that
Uh-huh.
what they had there?
They had one of those like in that area, and I remember because
Interesting.
I like throughout my 20s I would be driving past the studio and just like longingly looking at Kermit with his top hat just like saying hello, and I was like and then I would hear that and I'm like keep driving.
The decibel.
Yeah. Shout out to Husey. Husey, thanks so much for coming in and watching with us. Tim Curry seems like the type to expect a lot of flavors. Get it? Hit that like button. Solid pun. Yeah, no, I also love just like how many different Muppets we have in this one. Like we've got
It's
the
crazy.
talking tiki heads, we've got the classic Muppets, we've got the array of rats on their
Yeah.
cruise.
I do either of you remember when like Rizzo especially, but the rats in general became like such a big thing? Because like I'm watching the second episode. I've got the second episode of Muppet Show pause right now, so that's 1970 what at this point.
Mhm.
Sure.
And like there are a couple of rats, so like I feel like the rats have been around since day one, but like Rizzo showed up, I think, like way later on, maybe Muppet movie.
Maybe
But like
I can,
pairing him and Gonzo up was like, I don't know. I can't remember when all that started.
I mean, I feel like I first took notice because of Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
And that movie was like a perfect pairing of Gonzo and Rizzo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now that you ask it, hey, if anybody out there is watching and wants to Google that for us while we go through, let us know in the comments. But yeah, do you guys have a favorite song from this movie that gets stuck in your head?
I'm not as deep in on these songs as I am with Christmas Carol because I watch that every year.
I
So
mean, yeah.
that's like I watch it every year. So those are and I go and I watch the director's cut with all the songs in it.
Nice,
With the
nice.
extremely sad song that Disney's like,
Yes.
you can't put this in a kids movie.
Yes, you can, and you should, and
And you
it's like a
should.
I remember seeing it, and I remember seeing that song as a kid, and my parents were going through a divorce, and I was like, "This is a really
Oh.
important song." It's like, it helped me understand things better. Woo! Wow, a little backstory on that. Tessa, how about you? Do you have any favorite songs from Muppet Treasure Island?
I mean, Cabin Fever is always fun. I think my personal favorite though might be Professional Pirate. And that might have just been because like I was just fascinated by Tim Curry in this, like from the very beginning. And that was kind of his like big number. He does even say in the song, "This is my only number."
Yes.
You know, but,
Oh,
but
good.
they're all like so catchy. It's just like even the love ballad, "Love Let Us Here," was stuck in my head after rewatching this last time. And I don't even really like that song that much, but like they're just all so catchy.
Well, and like what a great hidden moment where we don't get Miss Piggy until like Act 3.
Yeah. The restraint. It's tough to like not have Piggy out there right away because she is a star, an absolute star.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. And her opening moment is just so beautiful. And Brian Henson talked about that when we were at the show at the Egyptian, and he was talking about how they wanted to get a real life elephant, and like they didn't want to do a puppet for it. They wanted it to be like the most magnanimous opening for Miss Piggy. Like it just had to be like a huge deal. And so they're like, it was great, but the elephant kept shitting everywhere every time they would like walk it in a circle. It was just like, we need to shoot that quickly and get it out of the way. Oh man.
Incredible.
um Here's a little behind the scenes of I believe this is just London, right?
Yeah, London or whatever seaside,
Oh,
city that they're
port.
in.
Yeah. That's where they
ports
come like coming through when they're first introducing Kermit. He's on that, horse and carriage that's bustling through the streets. And yeah.
with Mr. Curry's chair there as well.
Right there in the center. Man, that ship though, that was like such a cool ship. And then they built it practically and on rockers too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane. And so much of the motion apparently was in fact very realistic that they had to give poor Tim Curry Gemini because it was too much.
And then it knocked him out. Like he couldn't stay awake to film. He was pissed by the end of it.
And you could kind of tell in that shot, the first shot when he's introduced too, because his eyes are like slitted and he's just like, ah, and he kind of looks like he's drunk, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it works for a pirate, so.
Yeah,
It does.
absolutely.
It does.
Did you know? So when they originally were doing like camera tests and costuming and stuff like that, he was gonna have the classic peg leg for Long John Silver.
Oh.
They tried it for like one day, and he was in so much pain to have like I guess the way that was sitting on his knee.
Yeah.
So he's like, he was the one who's like, can you make me a crutch instead? And I'll throw that physicality into it. And I think the crutch is cool. It's like it's such a different take on them, like you're usually you see, the boot and the peg leg for the chef in this. And I thought it was a nice little change. Like just those little things that they do it's like, yes, it's the straightforward story of Treasure Island and then Muppet, mucking it up there in the middle.
Did you guys like were you encouraged to read the book as a kid after seeing the movie?
I feel like I probably read the book at some point in it because I also I love pirates growing up. So like when I was like a little kid, and as an adult, I was like, pirates are awesome, and I've read a lot. I've read like a lot of
Okay.
like pirate history books, and I was like, I should go and reread Treasure Island. And I was like, wow, Muppets are pretty spot on with a lot of
They
this.
really are. Like, a lot of the
It's
stuff they just take straight
crazy.
from the text, which is incredible.
And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, did either of you watch Black Sails? I think it was on Stars.
No, I didn't have stars, so I
So
didn't.
it was a prequel to Treasure Island set in like what was actually going on in the golden age of piracy. So like it was based around Captain Flint, and you
Okay.
meet John Silver before he loses his leg, and Billy Bones, and like I was like, what what is going on here? Like they're like hanging out with like Jack Rackham and like all these like, and Blackbeard shows up, and I'm like, what if the Muppet showed up in this one?
That
I
would be
take it.
amazing. Yeah, I would get stars for that.
And how about Billy Connolly as Billy Bones, the first
Oh,
the first person to ever be killed in a Muppet movie?
and kinda terrifyingly so, but I love how they do it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's
And
brilliant.
they
And
call
I
it
just
out. I mean, Rizzo's like, this is supposed to be a kids
It's a
movie,
kids
you know?
movie.
So
I hadn't it took me a while to realize. Obviously, when I was a kid, I wouldn't know who Billy Connolly is. And I'm watching it and I'm like, "Oh, that's Billy Connolly." And I'm just so used to seeing him with a beard. So I was like, it really threw me off.
And where can people find Billy Connolly, James?
Oh, Billy Connolly, great Irish comedian and actor. Boondock Saints, unfortunately, is maybe like one of the biggest linchpins for him.
Okay.
But let me bring it on up. Oh, he was you could hear him as Fergus in Brave.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was in he was in, I think, is it the second X-Files movie? X-Files I Want to Believe. He was
Oh,
the priest in that. Like he's kind of one of those that guys, but he's best known as a stand-up comedian.
Right, right.
But he's one of the, and I said Irish, and don't come at me, he's Scottish.
I mean, I was wondering because
He
of that accent.
The thing is that he also hates the British, so like it's
It's
my
similar. Yeah,
mistake.
yeah. Oh gosh, and just like hearing like him saying "hose nose" is like the thing that helps me key into the Scottish accent sometimes. So my husband hadn't watched this movie before, I think a couple years ago, and I was talking about, I think I think no, here's what it was. I thought something was cooking in the kitchen, and I said, "I think I smell something burning, no?" And he was like, "What are you talking about right now?" And I was like, "We're watching this right now. I can't believe you don't know this reference."
Katie, you bullied your husband into watching something?
That's
I'm
what I do.
shocked to hear that. I'm blown away that you may have bullied somebody into doing something.
and I'm sure he's very grateful.
He is. He is. He
And
knows
rightfully so.
the lyrics to Professional Pirate. So speaking of which, completely unrelated, but Tessa, how far in Dungeon Crawler Girl are you?
They just got to the second level. I haven't had a whole lot of time to read since I talked to you guys last, but that's where I'm at now.
Okay, good to
It's
know.
all right. I'm about a quarter of the way through the Butcher's Masquerade again, Katie.
Yeah, you are. Re-listening through those audiobooks is always great.
It's great. It's great.
Oh my gosh, but what if Dungeon Crawler Carl TV show was done by Muppets?
I could see this.
Well,
Who-
there'd be a lot more people joining Billy Connolly as killed in a month.
Yeah, that's true.
But it also at the same time, like, yeah, I could see them, like it would be very on brand, I feel like.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know.
Huh.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But
Well, we
we're
already
not talking
know.
about Dungeon Crawler, Carl. We're
No, we're
talking
not.
about the 30th anniversary of Muppet Treasure Island, which you can watch now on Disney Plus if you'd like, or you can just buy it. It's a great movie and it's really well made. And get all your friends to watch it too, because if you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing.
And demand more Muppets.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. It's like the last bastion of like puppetry as like a creative art being filmed. It's
Yep.
all the practicality and all the movie magic seems to happen with this kind of form of art. I
Mhm.
mean, look at
You
that.
can't fake puppets. Like weird as it might be, because puppets are obviously inherently fake. But like, it's I've seen them even with the Jason Segel one, and we get some full body shots of Walter. I've seen the back, the BTS of that on a blue screen with the puppeteers just wrapped in blue, in blue spandex suits and everything like that. And like it looks good and everything, but nothing's gonna beat the original Muppet movie where you see Kermit in his cowboy boots and his hat and like walking, or Muppets riding bicycles and stuff like that. Like a full body Muppet shot is one of the coolest things in the world.
It is, and it's incredible. I feel like in Christmas Carol, Muppet Christmas Carol, when they
Hmm.
do the walking effect,
Coming down
and
the and it's
yeah,
like, and the fact that it's matched up with the singing, so it's like it looks weird, but it's like, oh, he's dancing.
yeah. Oh, man, and apparently, another story that I got about this movie from the Brian Henson live, showing was that the boy who's cast, you
As
know,
Jim.
as Jimmy, Jim, uh, uh, apparently, he was going through that beautiful time in every boy's life where his voice changes, and he had just recorded that as like a pre-tape, like practice situation. And so that high note that he sings, you know, he couldn't hit that anymore. So they had to use not the audition tape, but the practice tape that he had
Hmm.
sung so that he could still hit those notes. The poor kid.
I remember thinking, like, even as a little kid, like, that singing voice sure doesn't match up with that actor, but it was the same guy, just a little bit beforehand. So,
About 6 weeks earlier.
Oh man. Oh, but how many times did you watch these movies and just want to be one of these puppeteers?
Oh yeah. I when I was younger,
Mhm.
when I was asked like, "Oh, what do you want to do when you grow up?" I was like, "Oh, I want to be a stand-up comedian like Fozzie Bear."
Or Billy
Like,
Connolly.
I was like, "Yeah, well, obviously, I want to like Fozzie is a great stand-up comedian." I'm like, "Oh no, he's a hack borscht comedian. I'm a child and I don't know better."
I do love that was like the goal, to be as good as Fozzie
Right,
Bear.
right, yeah. Well, hey, Fozzie's very famous, so I don't know what to tell you.
You just really wanted those pies being thrown in your face.
Well, and then I have to worry about, dessert or anything like that. It's fine. It's true. You struggle as a comedian, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
it's
How
so
about you,
crazy to
Tessa?
me, too. Like, I don't know, just when you really watch, especially a Muppet movie that you've seen a bunch, like this one, it's like you already know what everything is happening. You can tune into the background more. And like in every single Muppet movie is like, there's so much going on there. Like there's so much stuff in the background. This movie, especially too, I feel like there's so many little lines that you don't even always notice, but they're just little throwaway jokes here and there. And just like so much detail goes into it. That always amazes me.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree. And it feels like the most fun to play around. I mean, because you know that they're all improvising stuff, off the cuff,
Yeah.
whatever. But on top of it all, I mean, they've got these incredible costumes for these puppets, and then like if you get to be one of the lucky few actors that actually get to be a human amongst them, that's got to be just like so daunting and fun.
Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. I mean, you're acting across royalty at that point. I
Oh,
mean
Obviously, obviously. Oh, and honestly, I'm so excited for who was it? Someone was saying that they were gonna do a Muppet movie with Miss Piggy, and they're like, we're
Oh,
not.
it's Emma Stone and
Yes,
Jennifer Lawrence are producing a movie, a Miss
Oh.
Piggy movie.
yeah.
And yeah, someone in an interview, somebody asked Emma Stone, like, "So are you playing Miss Piggy?" And she's like, "I would never." Like, are you kidding me? Why would you ask me a ridiculous question like that? Miss Piggy's a star.
Miss
So they're like,
Piggy
they're
is
doing like
like,
a Miss Piggy biopic starring Miss Piggy, which I'm
That's
I'm
like,
so
I'm
stoked.
so wildly on board for. And I kind of hope she's like the only Muppet in. I hope it's all people and Miss Piggy.
That would be interesting.
Well, no, because with the lore, like we've seen her parents. All right, maybe like a hand, but I think the majority of people she's got to deal with are people and not puppets.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Yeah, I'm sure Kermit will be in there at some
Well,
point.
and it's a movie, right? So like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't Kermit be recast as like I don't
That's
know, like
true. That's true.
honestly, and I'll say it, I don't care. Ryan Gosling, all right, get Ryan
Fine.
Gosling is great when he does comedy.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
I think he'd be great with Muppets too. He's got that kind of personality.
Uh-huh.
He'd work well with them.
And he's
Yeah.
like tall, and he's like a tall guy. Much like Jason Segel. So apparently in the new Muppet Show, everyone was like, it was so easy to shoot Sabrina Carpenter with the Muppets because she's
Oh,
not
sure.
that much bigger.
Right.
They didn't
like
have to have any boards or anything.
it's like when like the one scene that they shot with Seth Rogen, you're like, well, it was easier because you can just frame him up, and then I'm un- I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm not sure of the actor who is portraying Fozzie since Frank Oz doesn't do it anymore. Uh,
Mm.
That's a good question.
but like it was easier because like he just stood up a little high.
Let's see. Fozzie Bear looks like Richard Hunt, Frank Oz, Kevin Clash, Eric Jacobson. Oh, is Eric Bauza doing it? Friend of the network, Eric Bauza. It
Ooh.
looks like he's credited at least for Muppet Babies. That's why.
Uh,
He played his voice. That makes a lot of sense. He does a lot of really great voices. That
yeah,
was
I think
Muppet
Kevin Clash
Babies.
was performing Fozzie for a good part of this movie
Mm.
because when Frank wasn't, at least
Right,
Mhm.
right.
when Frank was playing a bunch of people in this one.
Yes, he was.
Bunch of people in this one. You still had a lot of the OG cast and
Mhm.
crew in this. It's unfortunate. It's like every couple of Muppet movies after Jim and Richard died, then it's like, oh well, we don't have this one anymore, and then and they're passing, and like it
Mhm.
sucks that Frank's not doing Piggy anymore,
Yeah.
especially Piggy out of everyone.
I know, he's so classic for that
So I
role.
mean, he's the best to ever do it, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Um,
was it Kevin Whitmire? It's an admirable stand-in for Jim. But
yes.
and then it came to the point where it's like, oh, like he's been doing it almost as long as Jim did.
Wow. Yeah.
And now
Wow.
I gotta say this, we're not supposed to talk about the special too much, but I think Kermit's performance in the special is the best of this newest performer of Kermit.
Mhm.
Really? Oh,
I
that's really
think
great to hear.
so. I think so. And it could just be that like he's done it more now, so he's more used to it. It's not so much of an impression of Kermit. Like, it actually sounds like Kermit now. And maybe just because like, I'm getting used to him.
Mm.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it is funny because like even when we went and saw this the movie live, just looking at Brian Henson, who's constantly saying like I have so much love for this and everybody who's come and everybody who's like enjoyed the movie. He's like, I've always felt like in the shadow, and I'm like, dude, you're starting to look exactly like Jim now. It's
His genetics
weird.
are strong.
And like his look, his sound, everything is like, whoa, I hope you're doing good and that you're not hiding anything because you're like our last remnant of like such a beautiful legacy. But yeah.
It's true.
Uh
Speaking of Brian specifically, have you guys heard of Puppet Up? I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I want to
Yes.
go to. For anyone listening, it's like it's Brian that does it, but it's technically not the Muppets because, you know, copyright and all that. But he does
Not
like an
nearly
improv
as wholesome.
show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, improv show with like some really great improvisers. I think a lot of them are from the Groundlings at least.
Nice.
And I've not been. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, same.
Where is that? That's like down in Hollywood somewhere, right? That they
I
usually
think it's at the Montalban where they have like the rooftop cinema. I'm pretty sure.
I would
Oh,
love
okay.
that area. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun to see.
Yeah. And I think they do it every year. So one of these years.
I saw a lot of people, a lot of the puppet performers that do Puppet Up
Mhm.
were performing. They were Muppeteers in the special because I know that I think Paul Shear's cousin, actor comedian Paul Shear, his cousin does performing with Puppet Up, and I saw her name in the credits of the special.
Nice.
What a fun connection. I didn't know that.
And I misspoke. Sweetums was not Brian's character. Sweetums was John's character. John passed away in
always? Okay.
2014, unfortunately.
Oh
okay.
gosh, oh how sad. I didn't realize that. Did it say by any chance what he passed away from?
Heart attack.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's too bad. That is too bad.
You know, and whenever I think of the Muppets, I do get a little bit especially any of the Muppets post Jim, I get a little sad because Jim Henson had so many years left that he could have, and Disney killed him.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, not like
breaking news, everybody.
Not like it's because they were in talks for the sale of the company to Disney in the early 90s.
Right.
And he was going so busy, you know, because he was doing like Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, and like he was going back and back. And it was like the inner turmoil of like, do I sell the company to this mega corporation? Do I hold on to it?
Right.
And you know, from everything I've heard, Disney's like super chill when they're doing business, and it's like
It seems like it, yeah.
and no problem and all that, from what I've heard. And you know, no reason that it would be stressful or anything like that. And then he got sick, and you know, there's the Christian Scientist like whole thing. Like, could have just gone to a doctor and he would have been okay, but like so stressed out that like he wasn't even thinking about his like own health when it happened. It sucks. Like, it just sucks. It's so like I'm thinking about all the possibilities that could have happened, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we wouldn't have gotten Muppet Christmas Carol, but I think they were already working on that before Jim passed.
Yeah, well, because I mean,
Brian wasn't supposed to direct it. I think that was the big thing, is that Brian wasn't supposed to direct Muppet Christmas Carol.
Right.
So
I do love that Brian took it on though, because he was, you know, already involved. He's continuing the legacy. Like, imagine if he had kids that had no interest in doing it, you know. So at least he stayed in the family as long as it could. And
yeah, and it's not like he's not still involved. So
Yeah.
I mean, at least there's that, right? Like there is a Henson working with the Muppets. So at least there's that.
At least there's that. And he is the closest thing to Jim in every way.
Every way. I'm thinking, because I know the success of Christmas Carol led to this, to Muppet Treasure Island. And this was the last Muppet Disney movie until, was it already 2011? When was the Seagull Muppet? Like when that sale went through? This was the last Disney Muppet movie until then. Because I think they went over to Sony afterwards. So like their original plan was that they were going to adapt a whole bunch of other classics.
Yeah, because it was going to be like a Wishbone situation where they just, you know, royalty-free stories and you know, some of the classics, and then recreating it.
Muppet Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I think Muppet King Arthur was actually was supposed to be the next one.
That would have been fabulous.
Which would have been crazy, because you know clearly they're going to bring in some siren to play Morgan Le Fay, right? Like gotta be some siren to play Morgan Le Fay. And who would it be?
That or Miss Piggy. I don't, you know.
Piggy's gotta be what's her name? Guinevere, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, you're right.
Well, Hmm, hmm.
I mean, who would be the young person being King Arthur?
Oh, now that's a good question because I would have
That
thought that it would be Kermit would be King Arthur, but
or would one
or
of
would
Kermit's
Lancelot,
sons?
or he be Lancelot?
I think he'd probably be Lancelot.
Would and Scooter clearly wouldn't be in it because like Scooter's whole thing is that because it's right the whole conceit of the Muppets is that they are a troupe of performers.
Right.
So like, oh, they're doing a stage version of Christmas Carol. They're doing a stage version of Treasure Island, which is why Scooter's not in any of those movies. Why he's
Oh, I
strictly the
that
Muppet
makes
Show, because
sense.
except for the
Okay.
like when he first joins up, the whole concept is that Scooter's uncle owns the theater. And that's why he's got a job. He's an aspiring actor who they're like, this kid doesn't have it, but he's a great stage manager. He can help wrangle all these people and take the burden off Kermit a bit. Like he's a failed actor turned stage manager, which I'm not saying that it's not something you hear about all the time.
It is very tried and true. I'll say
But it's
that.
like, do you have some, Kermit is Arthur, Piggy is Guinevere, and then you have some handsome guy playing Lancelot who's sneaking kisses with Piggy, or do you have
Oh
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
do you have established big name star as Arthur with Piggy, and then she's stealing kisses with Kermit?
Okay. Let's say they did go through with doing Arthur
Oh,
after
and
Muppet
I'm
Treasure
sorry, and
Island.
clearly it'd be Gonzo would be Merlin, obviously.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
Obviously.
yes. Oh, obviously, obviously.
Obviously.
But let's say that they did end up going with King Arthur around the time like after Muppet Treasure Island came out. Um, who would be like the teen heartthrobs that
Oh.
would be trying to steal smooches from Guinevere?
Because I was thinking just go with Jeff Goldblum. Like
I
Jeff
know.
Goldblum needs to act alongside the Muppets. I think they should do that. Like
Yeah.
hopefully, and based on the number, the rousing success that I've seen numbers wise for this new Muppet Show. When are they making the announcement?
When are they making
Hopefully the
the
day that I'm recording a Geekscape news segment.
Exactly.
But you gotta get Goldblum with the Muppets.
Yeah. He's another one that's like a perfect one to pair with them. Like he's gonna work so well with them.
He's too tall though. That's the problem.
That's what they have like the lowered floors for. You make
That's
it work.
true. Maybe he'll be standing in the lower floors with
Yeah.
the performers.
Just reverse it.
Make it easier.
Oh, that's amazing. Tessa, what do you think? Early 2000s, teen heartthrob. Who would be the knights?
Gosh, it's tough. Like I was born in 89. So Muppet Treasure Island was what, like 96. So this would have been like right around. I'm trying to think who it would have been. All I can really picture is the haircut, the like swooped back haircut. There's a few people with that, but
Oh,
One of the Hanson brothers.
yeah.
Oh, you mean like the dudes from
It would be NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, wouldn't it?
I mean,
If it was like
they've been
2000,
with the they would have been with the Muppets.
if it was like
Right?
2000, right?
Yeah.
Like because
Or
clearly
late
they'd make
90s.
it a musical,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Oh no, would it? Oh no, would it?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, they might push the like the pop singers stars onto that, but they didn't really do that for their,
No, they didn't. No,
literature stuff.
they went with actors. They were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can you sing? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not what we're interested in."
As long as you can talk, sing.
Yep.
Oh man. Well,
Huh.
I mean, if nothing else, let me pose it to the audience. And if you're watching this anywhere on like your phone or on YouTube, put down in the comments what you think, you might want to see if you saw King Arthur in like late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, who would be in there? Who would be those special guest stars? Who would be those actors? I'd be very interested to see.
Man, would they have gone with Connery to play King Arthur again?
I mean,
I don't know if he could handle. I don't know if he could handle Miss Piggy's star power. Like he'd probably try to have an affair with her behind, off, off camera.
Well, that's what they said happened with Tim Curry and her, and it just didn't work out.
This is
So
his one true love,
That's right. That's right.
the one that got away.
Oh man. Any other thoughts or anything for the 30th anniversary of Muppet Treasure Island from y'all?
I love this movie. It's
Yeah.
it's so fun. Like any of the Muppet stuff is better than most of everything else, right? But this is so fun. It's like most of their movies, it's the Muppet movie is the gang getting together, right? They are making the movie of their origin story.
hmm
You got a heartwarming classic with Christmas Carol. You have, The Great Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, them trying to put on a show and everything. This movie is like the only Muppet adventure story, right? Like, and it works. It works so well. Plus, come on, it's really easy to attach a puppet to a rope and swing across. It looks great. It always looks great.
I think there were a few that weren't even on ropes. They were just
I love the effect of the starfish, the ninja stars. And I mean, who didn't get excited when like the swashbuckling was happening? And you're totally right. This is like their only like not road adventure movie, but adventure movie.
Mhm.
And I think it's the most we see them like all of the cast fighting, even Kermit.
Yeah, he's got some great sword skills. He's just, he's got slippery hands. That's the only problem.
I've ever seen.
It's such a great moment. I love that.
Slippery hands. Yeah.
Ooh, solid impression. Well, where can people find you if they want to hear more about you guys or talking or any appearances on the Geekscape network that are coming up or previously that you've seen that you can direct people to?
Sure. So I'm Tessa Markle. I'm one half of the team of Femregard. Our podcast is no longer running, but there's over 100 episodes still on Geekscape. I was recently guesting on the Dungeon Crawler Carl. I always slip up on that. It's a little tongue twisting.
It is.
But it was a lot of fun to be on the first episode of that. So you guys should tune into the continuation of that. And otherwise, my movie is out on streamers very soon. So if you follow at Sync, that's SYNC, the movie on Instagram, all of our updates are on there and you can find where to watch.
Awesome. James Torby. You can find me on the Monster Rally podcast if you are a fan of monster movies. I am on the previously mentioned Dungeon Crawler Carl show, the Tutorial Guild with Katie Hampton. You might notice her right up here. And you could also see me a few times a week on this channel for Geekscape News.
It's true. And you can usually find them along with me, usually Thursdays or Fridays.
Fridays usually. It's been pretty much our day.
Yeah, kind of. It's also a really great news day. Early in the week, kind of hard.
Can be tough.
Yeah. But I'm Katie Hampton. You can always find me at Napping Through Happy Hour, Christian Cringe, or pretty much everywhere on this Geekscape network. And if nothing else, get out there and watch Muppet Treasure Island for the 30th anniversary. Happy birthday to this movie. And then also, if you're in LA, it's a perfect rainy day movie. I love an adventure movie during a rainy day. Or if you're trapped in the snow, or I don't know, how's your weather doing there, Jake?
It was snowing last night when I was watching it, and it's the Muppets are cozy. They're cozy.
They are.
And I'll echo that with I remember after watching this several times, I was still pretty young. I watched a very old live action version of just Treasure Island, probably from like the 70s if I had to guess. And all I really remember from it is at some point I think that the captain was leading them in prayer or whatever, and Long John just ended with a "Amen."
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. And an amen to all of you out there. Thank you so much for everybody watch today, and get out there and go watch some more Muppet Treasure Island. Bye, y'all.